Hey everyone! Welcome back to Bubble Tumble, the channel where you learn real, simple English through real-life stories and natural conversations. I'm Emma, and I'm really happy you're here today.
And I'm Jack. Thanks for clicking on this video and choosing to spend part of your day with us.
If this is your first time here, Bubble Tumble is a place where English feels natural, relaxed, and real, just like the conversations people have every day.
No textbooks, no complicated rules, just listening, understanding, and slowly feeling more confident with English.
And today's story is very personal for me because we're talking about driving. And yes, I finally got my driver's license.
Finally is the perfect word here. I feel like this story has been coming soon for a very long time. I remember you talking about this last year.
Okay, I deserve that. You've had your license forever, so today is really about two very different driving journeys.
That's right. For me, it was simple. I grew up around cars, so I started practicing in empty parking lots when I was young. I didn't overthink it. I just wanted to go places with my friends.
See, for me, it was the opposite. Driving felt heavy. It felt like responsibility, pressure, and expectations all at once. Every time I saw a car, I didn't see freedom. I saw a big, heavy machine.
When did that feeling really start for you?
I think it started when I watched other people drive so easily. They looked calm, confident, relaxed. They could talk and change the radio at the same time, and I felt the complete opposite. I felt like I couldn't even look away from the road for 1 second.
Comparing yourself to others can make anything feel harder. You see their end result, but you don't see their beginning.
Exactly. Every time I sat in the passenger seat, my mind whispered, "You're not like them. You're not a driving person."
That voice can be very convincing. It tries to protect you by keeping you away from new things.
Yes, and the longer I listened to it, the more power it had over me. I started to believe that I was just meant to be a passenger forever.
So driving became something you avoided.
Completely. I planned my whole life around not driving. I walked more, I took 3 different buses to get to work, I always asked friends for rides, and I felt so guilty about it.
That takes a lot of mental effort too, planning your day around bus schedules.
It does, and part of me knew I was working harder just to avoid facing my fear. I was spending more energy running away than it would take to actually learn.
Did anyone ever push you to start, like your parents or friends?
People encouraged me. They said, "Emma, you can do it." But no one forced me. I realized that if someone else forced me, I would just hate it more. The decision had to come from me.
That makes the success much more meaningful.
One day, I just got tired. Tired of waiting for buses in the rain. Tired of feeling limited. I wanted independence. I wanted to be able to say, "I'll go there myself."
That's a powerful reason. That tiredness is often what starts a big change.
So I signed up for driving lessons. And honestly, Jack, the night before the first lesson, I barely slept. I kept checking the time. 3 a.m., 4 a.m.
Your mind was probably racing.
It was. I imagined every possible mistake. I imagined hitting a curb or the car just stopping in the middle of a busy road. My imagination was doing a terrible job of being a driver.
Our brains are great at writing horror movies about things that haven't happened yet.
Exactly. But then I met my instructor, Mike. He was this very quiet, older man who had taught thousands of people. He didn't look worried at all, which helped me relax a little.
What was that very first moment like when you sat in the seat?
Opening the car door felt strange. Sitting in the driver's seat felt unreal. My heart was beating so fast I could hear it in my ears. I put my hands on the wheel and they felt cold.
That's a big emotional step. You were finally in the hot seat.
My hands didn't feel like my own. Even simple things like turning the key or adjusting the mirror felt complicated. I kept forgetting which pedal was which.
That's how new skills feel at the beginning. It's like your brain and your body aren't speaking the same language yet.
Yes, you know what to do in theory, you've watched people do it a million times, but your body hasn't learned the rhythm yet.
So the first few weeks, they weren't exactly smooth.
Not at all. They were very rough. I made mistakes constantly. One day I would do a perfect turn and feel proud. The next day I would forget how to park and leave the lesson feeling totally frustrated.
Learning is rarely a straight line. It's more like 2 steps forward and 1 step back.
Exactly. Some lessons felt like progress, others felt like I was going backward. I remember one day I told Mike, maybe I'm just not good at this.
And what did he say? He's the expert, after all.
He just looked at me and said, Emma, you're not bad at this. You're just new at this. There's a big difference.
I love that. New is temporary. Bad feels permanent.
That shift changed everything. I started talking to myself differently. Instead of saying, I'm failing, I said, I'm practicing. It helped me stay kind to myself, especially on the days when the car stalled or I missed a sign.
Kindness is the fuel that keeps you moving when things get difficult.
Over time, the car stopped feeling like a monster. The sounds of the engine, the feeling of the tires on the road, it all started to make sense. My body started to remember the movements without me thinking about them.
The muscle memory was finally kicking in.
Yes, and once that happened, my mind relaxed. I started to actually look out the window and enjoy the view.
Do you remember the first moment you actually felt confident? Not just okay, but truly confident.
Yes, I was driving home from a lesson and I realized I was humming a song. I wasn't gripping the wheel like my life depended on it. I was just driving. I didn't celebrate loudly, but inside I felt like I had won an Olympic gold medal.
Those quiet wins are the most powerful. They stay with you.
But then came the driving test, and suddenly all that old fear came back like a giant wave.
Tests have a way of doing that. The pressure changes everything.
The examiner was very professional, but very quiet. In America, they usually just sit there with a clipboard and watch everything you do. Every time he wrote something down, I thought, oh no, what did I do? Was I too slow? Did I blink too much?
But even with that pressure, you didn't stop.
No, I kept telling myself, passing isn't the only success. Just finishing this test without giving up is a success. I made 2 small mistakes, but I didn't let them ruin the whole drive. I stayed present.
And when you finally parked the car at the end?
He looked at his paper, then looked at me and said, you passed. I think I asked him, are you sure? About 3 times.
That moment never gets old. The feeling of, I did it.
I felt taller, lighter. I walked out of that office feeling like a different person.
Because you were. You didn't just earn a piece of plastic. You changed how you see yourself. You proved to that whispering voice that it was wrong.
Exactly. And that confidence didn't stay only in the car. It spread to everything else.
Where else did you feel it?
In my English, honestly, I realized that making a mistake in a conversation is just like stalling the car. You just restart and keep going. I started trusting myself more in meetings and with new people.
Confidence is like a light. Once you turn it on in one room, it helps you see better in all the other rooms too.
So, if you're watching this and you're struggling with a difficult English grammar point or you're afraid to speak, remember, progress isn't loud. It's not a big explosion.
It's a quiet, slow process. One small turn at a time.
That's why we started Bubble Tumble, to show that real life and real English is about the journey, not just the destination.
Because real English grows through these real, messy, beautiful stories.
Driving taught me that I don't need to be perfect. I just need to show up and keep my eyes on the road.
And learning English works exactly the same way.
If this story made you think about your own journey,
Please give this video a like. It really helps our small community grow.
And subscribe to Bubble Tumble so we can keep sharing these moments with you.
We're so glad you spent this time with us.
Bye, everyone. Keep going, stay kind to yourself, and we'll see you in the next story.